Hello and welcome to Prime News. Now a look at the headlines. Cooperative banks not ready for 100% waiver on mining loan interest, tells government to get consent of RBI, CM to meet public sector banks on Tuesday. High Court begins hearing on mining lease owners' petition. Petitioners want their leases renewed. State government points at the Supreme Court. MLA Subhash Faldesai stands up for HIV-infected kids, admits failure of agencies appointed for orientation on HIV and AIDS, says this is beyond politics. Unknown robs basalt stone worth 25 crores 72 lakhs at Darbandora. Mines Department complains to Kurchode police. And Germany script record-breaking World Cup triumph. Lionel Messi's Argentina finished second best. Colombian sensation Rodriguez wins Golden Boot. Now the news in detail. Nodal agency appointed by the government may bear the burden of loans incurred by mining dependents for now. Cooperative banks have refused to waive off interest on loans of mining dependents, fearing backlash from RBI. Chief Minister will meet public sector banks on Tuesday. Government and cooperative banks are stuck on interest waiver issue. RBI has already directed heavy control on NPA, hence banks are not ready for a waiver. On the other side, pressure from MLAs will not allow CM to backtrack.
Mining dependents are still battling loan issues with banks and cooperative societies. State government held meeting with cooperative banks on Monday. Sources say government has proposed a 100% waive-off of the interest on borrowing from 30th September 2012 by mining dependents. Cooperative banks have pointed at RBI guidelines which clearly mentions that 100% interest waiver on loans is against the rule book. In fact, cooperative banks have suggested state government should communicate with the RBI and union government regarding 100% waiver of interest and get the consent. Cooperative banks have sought government's proposals in writing. State government has proposed a nodal agency. This nodal agency will take over all the loans of the mining dependents and the amount will be paid to the cooperative banks. After resumption of mining, loanee will pay the amount to the nodal agency. Public sector banks have scheduled their meeting on Tuesday. Sources said that banks are not in the mood to accept the government's proposal to waive off the major chunk of accumulated interest. NPAs in the mining sector have been increasing day by day. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley suggested banks to tighten NPA recovery. In such circumstances, public sector banks in Goa are in a dilemma whether to accept government's proposal or not. However, Sangye MLA Subhash Faldesai claims nationalized banks are ready to waive off the interest rate on loans, and issue of the cooperative banks and cooperative credit societies is yet to be resolved.
आमच्याकडे आयलो नॅशनलाइज्ड बँकेचे आम्ही वेलकम करतात कारण ताणे व्हेरी फर्स्ट इन्स्टन्स दे केम अप विथ द सोल्युशन saying that we will waive the entire interest right from 30th September 2012 onwards when ही ऑर्डर आयली बॅनाची ऑर्डर आयली त्या दिसाच्यान आम्ही इंटरेस्टा पळयत ना त्या दिसाक जो बॅलन्स आशिल्लो तो बॅलन्स आम्ही आउटस्टँडिंग बॅलन्स धरतले
आणि ह्यो ज्यो बँको आसात किंवा फायनान्शियल इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स आसात ताणी समजा ही गजाल आयकली ना जाल्यार तुमचो स्टेप कितें आसतलो
that as of today we just cannot come out. We have to sit together with Chief Minister. The loss that they are making, we will sustain it, being our own banking institutions. तांकां सांबाळपा खातीर आमी मातशे चड तांचे भितर हें करतले कळ्ळें न्ही ह्या प्रमाणे हो विशय सुट्टलो पूण एडमंड रावले जर जायत कोऑपरेटिव्ह सोसायटी आनी बँकांनी एडमंड रावले जर जायत जाल्यार हो प्रश्न सुटपाक जायना कमीत कमी तांणी व्याज आसा तो सगळो सोडपाकच जाय.
With Bureau Inputs, reporter Mahesh Ghadi for Prudent.
The High Court has started hearing petitions filed by some of the mining lease applicants who have paid stamp duty for renewal of mining leases. Petitioners contended that stamp duty payment in March 2013 was as per government's new policy, and the Supreme Court in its judgment has not quashed the renewals. Petitioner also questioned whether renewals were done according to old process, and the Apex Court has held all leases illegal granted under old process. The arguments will continue on Tuesday.
The High Court on Monday started hearing all the petitions filed by some of the mining lease applicants who have paid stamp duty for renewal of mining leases. In March 2013, total 28 applicants had paid 350 odd crore rupees as stamp duty. But in view of the Supreme Court's verdict, Goa government maintained that all renewal orders have been set aside. During the hearing before the High Court, petitioners contended that the Supreme Court has neither quashed their renewals nor held illegal stamp duty collection process. The petitioners also contended that when state government started process of collecting stamp duty for lease renewal, hearing before the Supreme Court was going on, but neither the petitioner Goa Foundation nor any other party opposed the process. The petitioners also contended that the Supreme Court has directed Goa government to form new mining policy and renew the mining leases. This stamp duty collection was done according to government's new mining policy and it need not be set aside. Advocate General Atmaram Nadkarni in his brief argument contended that the High Court has no jurisdiction to hear these petitions and the petitioner should approach the apex court. Advocate General also stated that out of 28 applications, some renewals are done according to old process, some are done according to new process and some are still undecided. The apex court has held all leases granted under old process illegal. State government is likely to present their side in detail on Tuesday. Reporter Mukesh Kumar for Prudent.
Sangay MLA Subhash Desai has admitted that agencies appointed for orientation and awareness on HIV have miserably failed in the state. Desai says it's his failure also. Desai believes that myths associated with HIV need to be busted. Desai has a word of appreciation for opposition MLA Alex Reginald, who rushed to rewarn and apprise people to be positive against negative and unscientific information about HIV.
एड्स कंट्रोल सोसायटी म्हणून आसा, नॅशनल एड्स कंट्रोल सोसायटी, गोवा एड्स कंट्रोल सोसायटी किंवा जी माध्यमां आसात एड्साचो प्रादुर्भाव रोखपा खातीर किंवा एड्सा बद्दल जनजागृती करपाक आमी कमी पडलेले आसात, इन्क्लुडिंग मायसेल्फ एंड ऑल अदर इलेक्टेड रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्स ऑल्सो. जाल्यार एक डॉक्टरय थंय पावला आनी त्या लोकांक सेपरेटली तो म्हणजे लोकांचो जो व्यू आसा तांकां पटोवन दिता की आपूण एक प्रॅक्टीस करपी डॉक्टर आसा, आपल्याक बाकीच्या परस चड खबर आसा आनी हे ह्या क्लासरुमान हांकां दवरप योग्य ना, ही भाशा वापरून तो तांकां कन्विन्स करता. हांव दुसरें एक एप्रिशिएट करता, तो विरोधक पसून जाले जर जायत एलेक्स रेजिनाल्ड, ताणें स्पश्टपणान कांय सांगलें ना, पूण तरी आसतना ह्या विशयाचेर तो उलयला तें तरी दारिश्ट दाखयलें. हांव म्हणटा रेजिनाल्डा सारक्या मनशान जर म्हाका बरें दिसलें.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.